Okay, hey. So a little twin flame rant that I would like to give out to all of you guys. There has been questions of why are you not with your twin flame? Why are you still in separation? Why is there potential other twin flames when you should only have one other twin flame? It's 1:11 right now. Time-wise. Did not do that on purpose. But now I'm just seeing that it's 1:11 p.m. on my time. Anyways, going back to my twin flame rant. So what happened was a couple years back. Let me revert a little bit more to. So there were these witches that intended harm for this world. They wanted to bring the darkness at a higher level in this world. And they were known as the 300. Excuse me, I'm also eating and trying to dry my hair. Air dry. So these witches were reborn to bring darkness at a higher level. And in doing so, it was essentially crippling the planet. And the planet is a living being, just like we are living beings. It is also a living being. And when you harm a living being, it makes it unhealthy, right? So therefore, it would begin to lose its lackluster. So eventually, the star beings decided that they were going to come and help save Earth from not just the 300 witches that were doing harm to this world. They literally reincarnated to come into this world to ruin any chance of light going forward, for Earth having a growth spurt and living and thriving. So these witches came and they pretty much were destroying life, people's free will, animals' free will. Things were dying, things were getting hurt. So much pain was instilled, and it wasn't just the 300 that was reincarnated. There were others that came here to do this too. End of part 1 of rant. Okay, I'm back for part 2 of my rant. So before I get started any further, I just want to say that I actually have a great love for witches, that they can do so many beautiful things here, and there's a lot of love and light and magic and what witches can do. And I have no dislike for witches whatsoever. It's just there were very specific ones that came here to harm this world. And I don't think anybody, witches included, most witches included, have any interest in doing things that could potentially destroy this world and life on it. But I think these specific ones that did come here are very awful, and the things that they did really ruined the ability of the world to grow and everything that was living on it. And so going back to the rant, these witches, when they got here, this is the part about the twin flames. When they came here, their intentions, they had something instilled in their soul to know that there were certain beings here of light that they needed to block to keep this world from getting at a higher frequency. So they instilled a sense of love in their heart for this other partner, whatever the energy is, feminine or masculine, it doesn't matter. These witches, they came here and they gave themselves an attraction to a twin flame here in this world, and they would do craft in order to break their free will of who they truly should be with and force them to be with the witch instead, or with another being instead, or another, not even a sense of being, maybe even like get distracted in work or addictions or anything to keep them moving forward to their other soul, their other half, their twin flame. And a majority of them went through it. A majority of witches that came here to do that, they mainly, I'm getting a notification for work, they mainly came here to do it through a romantic sense. And so your twin flame is lost his free will to a witch instead, who was taking away everything that he truly wanted to be. So if there are twin flames out there that are really getting this feeling like your other half has been bewitched in some way, that they have been, that something took their free will of being able to be with you or be able to do their own thing in the way that they choose. Like something feels wrong in your soul about what's going on with their life, what happened to them, then there is a very high chance that that might also be part of the reasoning behind it. Oh, that's not my sign. I'm not Pisces. I'm Cancer. Oh well, I gotta keep going. I don't want to remake videos. I gotta get ready for work after this. But yeah, if there is something that you really feel isn't right between you and your twin flame, mainly that there's some toxic thing that's happening to your twin flame that's going against his own free will and possibly has something to do with somebody else, then there's a high chance that there is some dark magic that was behind it originally. You don't have to worry about it now, but originally it was going on. That's not happening now. And let me get a little bit extra with you guys, even more so than I already am. There is a whole nother scenario that you guys are unaware of. Many are unaware of. And unless you are into quantum psychic abilities, I don't know that many of you are understanding what really happened behind the scenes with the divine and spiritual supernatural stuff that's kind of beyond our third eye. But the only reason that I had an understanding with it was because they pretty much hijacked my dreams, and I was there helping them understand. Not understand, they already understand. But I was there and able to help along with what was going on to revert and change what had happened. So the dark magic and stuff that was happening is not able to happen anymore, so you don't have to worry about that. And okay, so I'm going to give you a little bit of quick view before we go into the next video, because I am almost out of time on this one. But I don't know, will it let me change it around? It won't let me change it around, so I guess I'll wait until the next video clip. But we'll go further into detail of what's been going on behind the scenes when it comes to the twin flames on the supernatural side. Bye! Ah, look at me. I got my Cancer sign back. Okay, so going back to what I was saying, there was a behind the scenes thing that we as people didn't know about. And this goes into more quantum style stuff, which was really hard for my brain to wrap around, because this is not something that I would normally follow. Like, yes, I enjoy spirituality. Yes, I enjoy magic. Yes, I enjoy listening to witches and even, doing law of attraction and stuff like that. But quantum physics and metaphysical stuff, the full-on esoteric things, and yes, I am esoteric. Like, I believe in all sorts of crazy scenarios and ideas, and I've heard some crazy scenarios, which I am never going to judge that person for anything that they have to say, because I'm crazy to the normal human being, and there's no room for me to be judgmental on somebody else. I don't know why I'm saying this. Apparently that was something I needed to talk about, but sorry, I should get a hair tie and put my hair back. But yeah, so quantum physics, I guess, is what would be related to, like multi-dimensions. But anyways, I was questioning why I had not one twin flame, not two twin flame, not three twin flame, but four. I have four twin flames, and I was asking my guides, and I am very, very psychically connected. Since I was born, I was always awake. I did shut myself down between 19 and 32, which my twin flame was sent to break me back awake. I started questioning what was going on, because now I was aware of the dark magic, and then when all of that went down and I understood at this point what happened, that there was other parallel Earths, and I was understanding this. But then all of a sudden, when things were getting, I guess, band-aided back together, patched back together, all of a sudden I started meeting people either with the same exact identical energy frequency as my masculine, and they either looked identical and acted identical, or just physically on the energetic level they were identical. And I was like, what is going on? And I had to have my guides sit me down and explain, and it took months to finally comprehend this. Okay, so this is how my guides broke it down. There were actually 4 parallel Earths, and 3 out of the 4 were dying. The dark magic that was going around was being brought to all Earths, and there was the light beings were in each Earth as well, but somehow something happened and the 3 of the Earths got overran by this dark magic, and these Earths themselves began to die. And this 4th Earth over here is the only one that was beginning to thrive and move up. So there were only just some starseeds and just some human souls with a very more pure light that was in these Earths. And it just ended up not being enough. Whereas on this 4th Earth, there were very special, not saying that starseeds aren't special, there were safety protocols in this last Earth. Like, I'm going to put it as that, as safety protocols. If all else failed, and these Earths, if all else failed, there are going to be stabilizers in this world right here that will prevent the darkness from overrunning it, and it will literally anchor and force light to remain in a balanced state until other beings beyond the stars come down and will be strong enough to uplift this world. Because Earth wanted to have a growth spurt. Earth is a living being. It was a baby, then a toddler, and then now it had been in an adolescent stage, and it is ready to reach its teen phase. It's more of a mature state of world where it can understand things better. Its frequency will be higher. Life will be better. I don't really know how to explain it, but trying to check to see how much time I have left. Okay. So anyways, the safety protocol that was in Earth 4 was not instilled in these 3 Earths. Okay, so now Earth wants to evolve. The only problem is these three were not able to evolve because the darkness kept it at a heavier density. I think most of you that are watching this understand that you raise up in frequency, and as you raise up in frequency, your light becomes higher, and you're able to attract abundance and love and everything that you desire quicker and easier in your life. Well, that's exactly what all of the earth wanted to do as well. It was ready to go up to the next level, and it wanted to take everything else with it, but only if it can sustain itself in that level. Well, so these three were dying. They were literally dying. The darkness took over, and things can't grow without sunlight. Okay, so these became very heavy and weighted like bowling balls. Okay, so now, I can't even lift it off. Okay, so now you got all these three dying. Well, the galaxy, the universe, they saw what was going on. They saw that these were falling down in density. They were not going up, they were going down. And yet this one earth, it was rising and rising, and it was like light, and light was being sustained, light was growing, light was holding on, and life was being able to, move forward, whereas these were dying. So the universe did something crazy, and this was one of the big reasons why everyone keeps saying that the souls have come here to get to experience this awakening process, the spiritual movement that's going on Earth, because Earth is growing and it's reaching a whole nother level of vibration. And was it called resonance? I think it's called resonance. It's going to a higher extreme than it has ever gone before. And this is something that's happening as far as science proven. That's how it's being talked about. But then also we're talking spirituality, how Earth is going up and its frequency is getting higher. Well, behind the scenes, we're looking at other dimensions here. So Earth 1, Earth 2, Earth 3, Earth 4. So these other planets, the universe decided that they're going to pull these Earths together, the ones that were dying, and merge it into the one that was actually thriving. So now, if you come over to this way, you see the four are together, but at the same time, it looks as though you were one ball, right? One Earth. It looks as though it's one from this angle. This is the angle that everybody can see. Okay, so now we have Earth at this angle. This was where it has been for a year or so, at least at this point. And you've heard of the rapture and all of this, and so what it was trying to get across, but it was difficult to get across in minds that weren't quite advanced enough to understand the concepts, was that Earth itself is going to, it's going to eventually break free. I mean, it's not an easy thing. Earth is going to want to break free, and it is going to pull upward eventually. And the people that are raising their frequency and their vibrations are going to remain on Earth 4. And everybody else that had come together they came together in this planet, these three planets, and they were trying to run my explanation. So they come together in these three planets and create one Earth themselves, right? And it's a heavy, denser thing. Well, eventually Earth 4 up here, it's going to rise up, and it's a very, very slow process. No one is going to notice what's going on. We're just going to feel us changing in our, the way we eat, the way we sleep, our regular routines, who we want to have as friends in our life. All of this is changing. People that we've been with married to, we're leaving these people because it's just something about being in that scenario is kind of anchoring us down in these lower Earths. And there's it's nothing wrong with the people that are in these lower earths. It's just eventually our frequency as higher light beings, and our purpose in helping to evolve this earth is going to be rising up. And in other angles, we are still seeing it as one earth, but eventually it's going to rise up and become its own separate earth again, and everything else is going to remain down here. But you can still see that there is a bit of a connection that's going to be remaining. People that you know are eventually going to transfer out of your life, and they are just going to go on a separate path and remain on this lower density earth, whereas the other one is going to be rising up higher. And so it's going to become two separate earths eventually. And okay, so I really thought that this was recording, and it wasn't. So now I'm starting all over from the beginning. 222. Go figure. Okay. So just like us who have been working on ourselves internally to go through our dark night of the soul, to go through our shadow work, to go through our egos and come out of it a stronger, more healthier, more radiant being, Earth is doing the exact same thing. So imagine this as the three Earths right here all merged into one, and this has become part of Earth 4. Well, Earth 4 eventually is going to shed her ego and her dark shadow, just as we have been doing. Essentially, we have actually just been mimicking what she is trying to do, because she is a living being. She's just a living being on a very big scale compared to us. We just don't look far enough away to understand that she is also a thing. She's also a living thing. So anyways, she wants to rise up and become her most true, authentic self. And this is her shadow self, her ego, everything that she's shedding, that she feels like she doesn't want to take with her, so she can move forward in her growth and her growth spurt. And this is what she's going to be leaving behind. So this is everybody and everything that is at a heavier, denser level, whereas she is rising up at a higher frequency, a higher vibration. And by vibrations and frequencies and stuff, imagine it as though you're in this big city and you just feel like all this stress and anxiety, whereas when you take a vacation and you step out of that plane or you step out of the car and you're in the place that you've been trying to get to, all of a sudden it's like all of your stress and everything goes away. That is because the frequency in that specific area is actually higher, and that allows you to feel at a better state because you've literally moved at a different level of frequency in the matter of a couple of hours or days. So you can feel that difference a lot quicker. Anyways, she's doing this a lot slower. She understands that she has a lot of living things living on her, and she's being very gentle to all of us beings that are living with her, and she's giving us a chance to also move up along with her. But yes, so there are, toxic beings and people that have been in our lives, and they, might have been toxic to us, but it might not be toxic to other people. But anyway, there are going to be some that stay in this lower density right here. But don't be scared. They're not going to die or anything. Okay, so, so the heavier densities are going to be over here. And, it's not, the people that we're with and stuff, they're still going to be together. And we're still going to feel it as one planet. If you're looking at it from this angle, you'll still see it as one planet. You'll still be with everybody that you know and that you love, but from a higher perspective on the divine level, they'll be able to see it from here. Eventually things are going to fall away. People are going to fall out of this, and this planet is this part of the dark ego of the earth is going to separate itself, and eventually over hundreds and thousands of years it's going to dissipate and no longer thrive. Whereas, and this one is going to thrive. This is going to be where your rainbow children are going to start coming in. There are already rainbow children coming in and starting to lay the groundwork on bringing the light into here in the physical level. And in 2023 and up, we're going to start noticing the rainbow children taking a stronger effect in this world, along with us indigo and crystal children as well. Yeah, so this is why we are feeling this huge difference, this huge change. This is why we and our souls know that there was this great reason why we came down here, and to understand the rest of the reasons of why there is more than one twin flame when there was only supposed to be one. It's because when these earths came together, some of your twin flames also existed in other parts of the earth dimensions. So Earth 1, Earth 4, okay? Say that Earth 1 and Earth 3 had the same divine masculine twin flame on these two. Well, when the 4 came together, and now you're all on one Earth together. Let me split it. And it's all one Earth for us at this point. We're all seeing that Earth 1 and Earth 3 twin flame merged together and came to Earth 4. So now you have a twin flame 1 from Earth 1 and a twin flame from Earth 3. Some won't have a twin flame from each place. Some might not have a twin flame other than Earth 4 itself, or just one twin flame in general. Or some of you might not even have a twin flame that's here yet. Might be helping you on a higher level instead, or you just aren't a split soul, which is okay too. That's still awesome. You're still awesome. But this is more the rant on the twin flame and why there are more than one twin flames when you've known. Okay, so hi, I'm back. My face, back to see you all. Hi. So now you have a little bit better of an understanding of why some people do have more than one twin flame, why I have 4. I had one on each. One of them ended up being a girl, and I am like 99.9% heterosexual. And so when I saw the twin flame that was a female, that was where my questioning really started taking off, because I'm looking at her and I'm understanding her as my twin flame masculine. And that was when I was like starting to put more pieces together as well. And I was sitting here thinking, okay, well, as knowing that she is a twin flame, like, she would be the one person that I would definitely take a second and be like, let's, maybe we can try this out. But yeah, anyways, that she was my first point on, she was actually the second twin flame I came across that wasn't from my timeline. And I say my timeline because there are 4 as far as what my guides have showed me. But yeah, the other big question is, why aren't the majority of us that are still in separation, why have we not gotten together with our twin flames? Like, for me personally, I've never once got to have a relationship with my twin flame other than as a friend. And we are still in separation, and he has still been ghosting me since he decided to ghost me like over a year ago. But yeah, the question of why are twin flames still in separation when it's been as long as it has been, when everybody has worked so hard to get where we are at? Well, now you have seen a layout of what has been going on a very higher dimensional level, on the divine level. This is what has been going on the background behind what people have not been able to see. There is a lot that had been happening, and a lot that needed to get fixed and recorrected and putting paths back together. So there are branches of the choices that we make, and we make a choice and it branches off and makes another path. So we have this whole root system, the way the roots go are in all kinds of different directions, and each root has another little string coming off of it, and it's up to us to decide which path we want to take. Well, both parties, both the divine feminine and the divine masculine, have their own choice, their own free will, now that we're back in the earth on a correct path, now that light and dark has been balanced out, where dark cannot overrun. So here we've all been on this chaotic twin flame journey, and or even some of you that are watching this might not even be twin flames, and that's okay. You know, you still have a masculine and divine feminine living inside of you. That is still a part of who you are as a being. And you might have a lot of internal struggles because of that, whereas we're living it on a kind of an individual level, one divine feminine, one divine masculine on a physical separate level, where we can face each other as a mirror, whereas people who aren't twin flames are doing it all on an internal basis. We are all doing it internally, but we still have a physical face to look at and see as a mirror too. And it's all just how we decide to come down here on our soul contracts. I forgot to change the sign again. That Pisces. But Pisces are freaking awesome people too. I love my Pisces friends. Anyways, so yeah, we've all been dealing with a lot of stuff, not just here as a person, as a human being, but on a divine level. Our guides and angels and source and universe, everybody has been working together to correct all of this dark matter that has been placed on us, and we are trying to sweep all this karmic stuff out of the way. Even though you can't physically see it, it's still in the process of being swept out of this earth. I don't know why the light on my camera keeps shifting to dark. I hope it's not showing up on the video, because I can't even see myself. Anyways, sorry for the side rant. So we are still working on shooing this karma out, this negative karma out, and we are working on trying to stabilize ourselves on an internal level. Even if you feel physically and spiritually like you are in a place of wholeness within yourself, a union within yourself, there are still there are still things going on around us that we cannot see on a spiritual sense, on a divine level, that the universe is just kind of protecting us and helping us on a level that we just can't see yet. And it was the darn notifications. But yeah, so that's going on the side, and that's why we haven't quite been able to get to our twin flame just yet. That there are still some things getting swept out of our life that we just are unable to see on a higher level versus down here as well. Okay, so now I have to get ready for work. I hope I was able to answer the questions that no one's been able to answer for you guys. But yeah, as far as the twin flame stuff and why you're not together yet, even though you feel like you're in union with yourself. Right now there is, in 2021, it was all about releasing these things that you're holding on to in your life that aren't serving you. In 2022, whoever hasn't done that yet is going to start doing that. It's going to show globally around the world that this is going to be happening. And for those of you who have done this already in 2021 and 2022, you are going to be stabilizing yourself in a way that's really going to push you forward, whether if it's financially or romantically or both even, or maybe you wanted to travel the world and you've never done it. Well, now you're going to in 2022, just things that were holding you back in 2021 is going to be what's propelling you forward in 2022. You're going to be so much stronger in yourself, and the reasons you and your twin flame haven't showed up together yet, if you're still in separation in 2021, you might be coming together in 2022 if you have propelled yourself in a way that you will be unremovable. Nothing will be able to distract you from the journey that you have chosen for yourself. Once you reach that part of yourself that you know that nothing can break that foundation in you, your twin flame will come in if that is what is meant to be for you in this life. A lot of the separation is happening because if the twin flames got together and they had different scenarios of what they are meant to do in life for their life purpose, that might distract them, and it might break them away from being able to accomplish that. But the more that you are separated, the stronger that you're going to be working on yourself and your own life purpose. And once you get that set and like cemented down, then your twin flame can come in. So you can be healed and in union and everything. Both of you can be, and you're still in separation, but that is the reasoning behind why you aren't together yet. It's because there is a greater purpose that's about to happen, and 2022 is really going to shift that forward for everybody to actually physically, visually be able to see it happening too. Okay, I hope this helps everybody, and good luck. I love you all. Mwah. Bye. Gotta go to work.